Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Students, try to recite these verses daily. Students of DPS, Assalamu alaikum. I am Iram Asghar, SS Physics at DPS and Inter College, Sahiwal. Today we are going to study physics from 9th class, chapter number 2, and our topic is example number 2.6 to 2.9. Learning objectives. After solving these numericals, students will inshallah be able to calculate different terms associated with moving objects by the help of graphs. Students shall be able to find quantities like distance, speed, average speed, acceleration, etc. They will be able to determine the slope of distance-time graph. They should be able to determine the slope of speed-time graph and would be able to calculate few other quantities through graphical method. Before solving our numericals, let us revise few related formulae which we would be using in these numericals. We shall also discuss few important graphs relevant to the numericals. Speed can be calculated through the information of distance and time. Average speed is equal to total distance covered divided by total time taken. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity divided by the time taken. The total distance traveled can be calculated graphically by determining the area under the graph. We know that to find the slope of a line, we divide the difference of the y-coordinates of the 2 points on a line by the difference of the x-coordinates of those same 2 points. That is, the change recorded along y-axis is divided by the change recorded along x-axis. Let us have a look at this graph. The slope of such kind of distance-time graph shows speed. Here this speed is indicated by an inclined straight line to the time axis. Such straight line graph shows that we are dealing with constant or uniform speed. Similarly, we have few speed-time graphs. We know that slope of a speed-time graph is called acceleration. In this graph, you can see that the speed is increasing with time. Such straight line graph shows constant or uniform acceleration. If the speed-time graph is showing a decline or decrease in the speed of the body with the increasing time, then slope of such kind of graph indicates deceleration. If the speed-time graph is once again in the form of a straight line, but now the line is parallel to the time axis, we can find the area of such kind of graph to calculate the distance covered by a body. Now let us solve our examples. Example number 2.6. Figure 2.21 shows the distance-time graph of a moving car. From the graph, find the distance car has traveled, the speed during the first 5 seconds, average speed of the car, speed during the last 5 seconds. In the beginning, let us analyze the graph. Students, figure में आप देख सकते हैं, distance has been plotted along y-axis measured in meters, whereas time has been plotted along x-axis measured in seconds. The graph is starting from point O and it is in the form of an inclined straight line till point A. इसका मतलब है सेक्शन OA ऑफ द ग्राफ कांस्टेंट या यूनिफॉर्म स्पीड को शो कर रहा है. यहाँ से कर्व मुड़ना शुरू हो जाता है जिससे साबित होता है बॉडी की स्पीड चेंज हो रही है. इस पॉइंट पर पहुंचने के बाद आप देख रहे हैं कि ग्राफ एक स्ट्रेट लाइन शेप अडॉप्ट कर लेता है, विच मीन्स द बॉडी इज नॉट कवरिंग एनी फर्दर डिस्टेंस और इट हैज स्टॉप्ड मूविंग. हमारे ग्राफ का फाइनल या एंडिंग पॉइंट B है. अब ग्राफ के स्केल की बात करते हैं. One big square along time axis is showing an interval of 2 seconds and one big square along distance axis is showing a distance of 10 meters. हमने कार को 10 seconds तक ऑब्जर्व किया है. इस दौरान कार ने 40 meters का डिस्टेंस कवर किया है. पार्ट ए में हमें टोटल डिस्टेंस कवर्ड बाय द ग्राफ फाइंड आउट करना है. उसके लिए हम ग्राफ को रीड्रॉ करेंगे. 10 सेकेंड्स के दौरान कितना डिस्टेंस कवर किया गया है, इसको फाइंड आउट करने के लिए पॉइंट बी से हम एक परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉप करेंगे ऑन एक्स एक्सिस, जो कि टाइम एक्सिस को 10 सेकेंड के मार्क पर इंटरसेक्ट करेगा. टोटल डिस्टेंस फाइंड आउट करने के लिए हम पॉइंट बी से एक परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉप करेंगे ऑन वाई एक्सिस. फुट ऑफ द परपेंडिकुलर 40 मीटर्स के मार्क को इंटरसेक्ट कर रहा है. इसका मतलब है पॉइंट बी तक पहुंचते हुए बॉडी ने 40 मीटर्स का डिस्टेंस कवर किया है. पार्ट बी में हमें बॉडी की स्पीड फाइंड आउट करनी है. आफ्टर एन इंटरवल ऑफ 5 सेकेंड्स। 4th और 6th सेकेंड के मिड पॉइंट पर हमारा 5 सेकेंड का मार्क लाई करेगा। 5 सेकेंड के मार्क से हम एक परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉ करेंगे which will intersect graph at a certain point. We'll call this point as point A. Point A से हम एक और परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉ करेंगे जो डिस्टेंस एक्सिस को इंटरसेक्ट करेगा at the midpoint of 30 and 40 meters mark. 30 और 40 का मिड पॉइंट यकीनन 35 मीटर्स होगा। डिस्टेंस टाइम ग्राफ की स्लोप के जरिए से स्पीड को फाइंड आउट किया जा सकता है। स्पीड इज इक्वल टू स्लोप ऑफ OA which is equal to distance divided by time. अब हमारे पास डिस्टेंस भी मौजूद है और टाइम भी मौजूद है। Distance traveled during first 5 seconds is 35 meters. So speed is equal to 35 meters divided by 5 seconds. It comes out to be 7 meters per second. पार्ट सी में हमें एवरेज स्पीड कैलकुलेट करनी है। एवरेज स्पीड इज इक्वल टू टोटल डिस्टेंस कवर्ड डिवाइडेड बाय टोटल टाइम टेकन। कार ने 40 मीटर्स का डिस्टेंस 10 सेकेंड्स के दौरान कवर किया है। So average speed is equal to 40 meters divided by 10 seconds. It is equal to 4 meters per second. To calculate the distance during the last 5 seconds, we'll proceed further. During the last 5 seconds, car point A से point B तक पहुंची है। इस दौरान उसने 35 मीटर से 40 मीटर्स तक का फासला तय किया है। इन दोनों पॉइंट्स के डिफरेंस के जरिए से हम टोटल डिस्टेंस कवर्ड बाय द कार ड्यूरिंग द लास्ट 5 seconds कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं। Therefore, distance is equal to 40 meters minus 35 meters. It is equal to 5 meters. Students, इस तरह से हम किसी भी ग्राफ को एनालाइज कर सकते हैं। Example number 2.7. The example states, find the acceleration from the speed time graph shown in the figure 2.23. We can see from the figure that it is a speed time graph where speed has been plotted along y-axis and time has been plotted along x-axis. The speed has been measured in meters per second and time is measured in seconds. It is an inclined straight graph indicating that the speed of the body is increasing with time, showing a positive acceleration. Such kind of straight line graph indicates uniform or constant acceleration. We have to find the acceleration which can be determined by the slope of the speed time graph. To do so, we generally select 2 points along the graph. Here in this figure, we've been given 2 points mentioned as A and B. Now we would determine the slope of the section AB, which would be showing the acceleration. To find the slope, we have selected the initial point as A, where the body is moving with a speed of 2 meters per second after a time of 5 seconds. Our final point is point B. At point B, the body is moving with a speed of 4 meters per second after a time of 10 seconds. Through this information of initial velocity and final velocity recorded at initial time and final time, we can calculate the acceleration. Acceleration is equal to slope of section AB, where slope is equal to change in velocity divided by time interval. A is equal to delta V divided by delta T, which is equal to Vf minus Vi divided by Tf minus Ti. From the graph, we know that it is 4 meters per second minus 2 meters per second divided by 10 seconds minus 5 seconds. It comes out to be 2 meters per second divided by 5 seconds. So, the acceleration is 0.4 meters per second square. We conclude that the speed time graph in figure gives the acceleration of the object as 0.4 meters per second square. Example number 2.8. Find the acceleration from the speed time graph shown in figure number 2.24. Once again, it is a speed time graph where velocity has been measured in meter per second plotted along y-axis and time is measured in seconds plotted along x-axis. The scale is same. One big square is equal to 5 seconds along x-axis and 1 big square is equal to 2 meters per second along speed axis. The graph is showing a decline or decrease with the passing time and it is in the form of a straight line. The graph shows uniform deceleration or retardation. Let us solve the numerical to determine the acceleration. The graph in figure shows that the speed of the object is decreasing with time. The speed after 5 seconds is 4 meters per second and it becomes 2 meters per second after an interval of 10 seconds. Both these points have been indicated as points C and D along the graph. Here our initial point is point C and final point is point D, through which we can calculate the slope of the graph. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity divided by time interval, which is once again Vf minus Vi over Tf minus Ti. Here our initial velocity is 2 meters per second and final velocity is 4 meters per second. So acceleration is equal to 2 meters per second minus 4 meters per second divided by 10 seconds minus 5 seconds, which comes out to be negative 2 meters per second divided by 5 seconds. Hence the acceleration is negative 0.4 meters per second square. Such graph has negative slope. Result: the object has a deceleration of 0.4 meters per second square. Example number 2.9. A car moves in a straight line. The speed time graph of its motion is shown in figure number 2.25. From the graph, find out its acceleration during the first 10 seconds, its deceleration during the last 2 seconds, the total distance traveled, the average speed of the car during its journey. Let us first analyze the graph. It is a speed time graph. Our initial point is point O. From point O to A, we can see that the graph is in the form of a straight line. The body possesses positive acceleration due to increase in speed. From point A to B, we can see that the graph adopts the shape of a straight line parallel to time axis, showing uniform speed or zero acceleration. From point B to C, the curve adopts the shape of a straight line showing a decline, indicating decrease in speed or deceleration. Let's solve it. In part A, we have to find out the acceleration during the first 10 seconds. During the first 10 seconds, the car moves from point O to A, where initial speed is 0 and final speed is 16 meters per second. Acceleration is equal to change in velocity divided by time taken, which is equal to Vf minus Vi over Tf minus Ti. Our final velocity is 16 meters per second and our initial velocity was 0 meters per second. So the value becomes 16 meters per second minus 0 meters per second divided by 10 seconds. Our acceleration comes out to be 1.6 meters per second square. In part B, we have to find out the acceleration during the last 2 seconds. We are talking about the section B to C. The formula is once again the same. Here our final velocity is 0 meters per second and our initial velocity is 16 meters per second. So acceleration becomes 0 meters per second minus 16 meters per second divided by 2 seconds, which comes out to be minus 8 meters per second square. In part C, we have to find the total distance traveled by the body. We know that this distance can be calculated by determining the area covered by the graph. The area in this figure shows a trapezium, which is a quadrilateral with one pair of parallel sides. To calculate the area of the trapezium OABC, we have the following formula: 1 by 2 into sum of parallel sides into height. Here the parallel sides are AB and OC. The height is shown by BD. The section of the graph from A to B shows an interval of 18 seconds. The final time is 28 seconds minus the initial time is 10 seconds. The section OC of the graph represents the total time taken during the motion, which is 30 seconds, whereas the height of the graph is indicated by the maximum speed possessed by the moving object, which is 16 meters per second. After calculation, we have 1 by 2 into 48 seconds into 16 meters per second. Therefore, total distance covered by the car is equal to 384 meters. In part D, we need to calculate the average speed. The formula for average speed is total distance covered divided by total time taken. We have calculated the total distance covered in the last section, which is 384 meters, and the total time taken to cover this distance is 30 seconds. Thus, average speed is equal to 12.8 meters per second. Now, let's move on to your assignment. Question number 1. Answer these MCQs. The area under the velocity time graph shows time, velocity, distance, or acceleration. The slope of the velocity time graph shows time, velocity, distance, or acceleration. Question number 2. Which is an independent quantity according to the given graph? Question number 3. Find the acceleration of the moving object with the help of the graph. Question number 4. What is the velocity of the object after 4 seconds? Question number 5. Find the distance traveled by the object from the graph.